All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises, all honor, and all infinite glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and who I learn from daily. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered across the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners like unto a speckled bird. Shalom to you, sincere Akim, on the highways and byways, doing lessons and videos week in and week out in truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, sincere Akwath, listening in silence as the scriptures command you to do so. This is your brother Isaiah Allah back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, you are the biblical Hebrew Israelites. The name of your God, your power, his name is YAHAWAH. Yah meaning he, Hawa meaning is, he exists. BAHASHAM, coming in the name, and who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name in the Hebrew is YAHAWASHI. Yah meaning he, Hawashai meaning savior or deliverer. All praises, honor, and infinite glory. So getting right into this, brothers and sisters, and I pray, Lord willing, this is edifying. Yeah, I got this news yesterday because we know, if you didn't know, that Israel had a meeting, and I believe it was a meeting with I believe it's 50 different states, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see real quick, just for clarification. Let me see. Yeah, they had an event, which was recently. It's called an event called 50 States, One Israel. Recently brought a delegation of approximately 250 American state legislators from all 50 U.S. states to Jerusalem for a meeting with Israeli officials. And the conference ran from the 14th of this month to the 18th of this month. All right. And then, of course, it's still going on because today's only the 17th. But this is what they just recently passed. So we know through the spirit and power of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI that eventually these devils are going to come after the men of the Lord, man. This is what this is predominantly pointing at. Okay. And of course, they want to stop all the information that's going out against them. As you can see here, Israel spending millions on online ad campaigns to deny Gaza famine report, because the internet has completely revealed Esau on all sides, and really it's the spirit of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. The heavens has revealed this his iniquity, and so now they want to do collateral damage. They want to essentially shut this thing down, but the main individuals they want to stop is the men of the Lord. They want to stop the prophets. Okay, and so they eventually have to shut down this internet and then reset and reboot under their jurisdiction and under their law and their way. Okay, because too much information has gone out. Too much information has gone out. Too many images have gone out of what's going on over there in the Gaza Strip, of the famine, what they're doing to the Palestinians, so on and so forth. But now they're coming together with Babylon the Great, America, and spending over $50 million, and I believe it's more than that as well. It's almost like from what the information that I received, it was I think approximately up to $1 billion almost, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong on that, but Israel spent here on this article, on this website, it says Israel spent $50 million on deal with Google X, other ad platforms to deny famine in Gaza, says new report. And so they want to push everything under the rug and just get rid of it. But what we know through the spirit, brothers and sisters, that they want to come after the men of the Lord. That's what is, because the truth is out. The truth has gone out to the four corners of the earth, and that's why things are speeding up. That's why time is speeding up, as YAHAWASHI stated. You know, real quick, let's get that really, really quick. This is Matthew chapter 24. In verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So through the spirit, we understand now we're not at the very end, all right, with the nuclear destruction, all right, and the salvation of the elect, but we're inching closer and closer to the end, because we see the signs that YAHAWASHI told us before time, man, in the scriptures. And so this is one of the signs where it's spoken about in the scriptures, and we'll get that, Lord willing, the famine of the word. All right, this is going to institute that, because soon we're going to pull us off the street. We're not going to be on the highways and byways anymore. because we're going to be set as terrorists, enemies of the state, all right, for speaking up against the state of Israel right now. Those small hats, man. And this is what these devils are cooking right now. And it's beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time to be alive, brothers and sisters. All right, through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right. All right, Salakia for that. I had to go grab something really quick. But to continue on in the article, brothers and sisters in the spirit, we're going to read a little bit of this. And then I also have a clip that I received from the beloved brothers of GMS Idaho. That's going to give a little bit more clarification and add on to this what these devils are trying to do. Because sooner or later, they're going to take us. They're going to take these channels down. And that's getting them doing that collateral damage and trying to remove all the truth from being spoken. Okay, so let's get this. So Israel has spent 167 million shekels, $50 million on a deal with platforms such as Google and U.S. social media platform X, plus French and Israeli ad platforms to deny the famine in Gaza. Spanish broadcaster RTVE said Tuesday based on the Eurovision News Spotlight report. According to a joint investigation by Eurovision, Israel's exemption committee in June approved an application by state-run ad agency Lapam to run public information campaigns worth $50 million with Google, X, which is Twitter, and French and Israeli platforms Outbrain and Teads. The contracts running from June 17th till December 31st allocate 150 million shekels, $45 million to YouTube and Google's ad campaign management platform Display and Video 360. So that's huge. So literally they're going to remove anything that speaks up against them. All right, that they want to call, they say it's all lies and propaganda against against these small hats and against these devils, man. Amalek. All right, and eventually they and YouTube, that's a big platform because that's where the men of the Lord, that's where we prophesy, and so we know we're close, brothers and sisters, that they're gonna start. The famine of the word is gonna come. They're gonna start removing these videos, man, and taking us off. X also got 10 million shekels. $3.3 million, while French and Israeli ad platforms Outbrain and Teads got 7 million shekels, $2.12 million. The report titled The New Front of War Inside Israel's Digital Hasbara Offensive shows how Israel's state-sponsored campaigns use social media, paid influencers, and military tours to shape the global narrative on Gaza. Documents from 2018 to July 2025 revealed by the investigation show that Lapam uses Google and Meta ad platforms to promote Israeli government narratives and counter critics of Tel Aviv's policies and military operations through paid campaigns. Last year, Lapam sponsored 2,000 ads, with 900 directed at domestic audiences and 1,100 aimed at international viewers in selected countries, the report said, citing the Google Ads Transparency Center. The ad agency ran over 4,000 ads between January 1st and September 5th, 2025, with half targeting international audiences. Israel especially uses these campaigns to try to deny the famine in Gaza, portraying a semblance of normalcy within the besieged enclave. And that also can say who runs the planet right now. We know Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. All right? And so these devils, the head tribe, the tribe of Amalek for the Edomites, behind and their puppy dog Babylon the Great, America, they know, like, this pretty makes it plain and clear who runs the planet Earth, man. That they're able to do this, and now they're going to come even harder. They're going to push forth with more force to remove anybody that speaks up against them, man. And we know this is all prophecy, that this has to happen because the famine of the word has to come. It has to come. And this is all prophecy that is coming, man. That they're gonna come after us for just speaking a word, all right, for speaking up against them, and using all these major platforms that everyday Americans, so-called Babylonians, and people across the planet Earth use, man. And they're seeing the destruction that's happening. Now let's finish this article out, and then we'll get to the video. Lapam, we'll get a precept. Lapam published dozens of ads on Google, YouTube, Teads/Outbrain, and X showing bustling Gaza markets to contradict the declaration of famine by the Integrated Food Security Phase Classification IPC. The investigation also found that another ad campaign backed by Lapam urged readers to spot flaws and inconsistencies in the IPC famine report. Appearing above Google search results across several European countries, including Belgium, UK, Denmark, Sweden, and Germany, it steered users toward an Israeli government website. The same day the IPC released its initial assessment, Lapam launched a multilingual video ad campaign on the Israeli Foreign Minister's YouTube channel, showing busy markets and open restaurants in Gaza. The investigation also found that between August and early September 2025, videos showing Gaza's markets and restaurants garnered over 30 million views, driven not organically but through paid promotion via Google Ads across multiple countries, which is why they which is why they want to do away with it. Which is why they're paying so much money to do away with it, because those ads are killing them, as they should. All right. The Israel's ad campaign also targets critics, including top search results for UNRWA, directing users to a government's website that labels the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees a front for Hamas. Francesca Albanese, UN Special Rapporteur, or the occupied Palestinian territories, has also faced months of paid ads across Europe, accusing her of being anti, they're the term that they like to throw around, but it's starting to lose its value. It doesn't mean anything anymore because they've thrown it around so much. All right. And people are tired of it. Anti-semantics for criticizing Israeli policies. And it's shim. It's not sim. Eurovision said they sought comment from Google twice on its ad policies and Israeli government spending, but got no response. Israel's strategy highlights the vulnerability of the international public to emotionally persuasive narratives and the challenges faced by the fact checkers and traditional journalists in countering them, the report underlined. And that's what they want to do. We want to silence the facts, silence the truth. All right. This is a part of it, but the main thing is to take the men of the Lord off the streets. And that's a part of the famine of the word, which we'll get that right now. This is Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God YAHAWAH, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And they shall wander from sea to sea, place to place, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. So in that day, in this time that we're coming up upon, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, you're going to be trying to seek the prophets. You're going to be trying to seek the men of the Lord, the word of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. You're not going to be able to find it. You're not going to be able to find it at all, because these devils are inching closer and closer to removing us from off the highways and byways, removing the truth from off the internet. All right. And then you're going to be wondering, like, where were those men at? Where are these videos at? And it's going to be too late. It's going to be completely too late. And because of your stubbornness and your refusal to repent, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is going to take his men off the street, man. And then you're going to be seeking a vision, but there's not going to be any vision for you. All right. Let's get a precept to that. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and beginning at verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests, and counsel from the ancients. So sooner or later, you're going to be seeking the men of the Lord. All right, wondering what's going on and why this is happening. All right. I always like to tell people, when you don't see me on the highways and byways and individuals that come up to the altar, then you know that something is wrong. And that as the scriptures say, then it's time for thee, O Lord, to work, because they have made void thy law. The scriptures say also, where there is no vision, the people perish. And so when the men of the Lord aren't on the highways and byways, when we're not on this internet, and that's what these devils are culminating right now in their cauldron, then you know it's time. And that's when the persecution instills. That's when we're going to that next phase of prophecy. So I got this clip right here we're going to play. Get a couple more precepts, and then that'll be the lesson. But we're here. All right. The beloved brother sent me this on what Marco Rubio just pushed forth synonymously with what Israel is doing right now as we speak, man. Revoking passports of U.S. citizens just for them saying anything against the small hats, against Israel. All right. And it already happened to an individual. We're going to pause it and read a little bit of what this woman, she said something, and they already got her ass. This is the times that we're in, man. All right, unrighteous decrees. The devil showing his horns. Revelation 12:12, coming down with great wrath because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So let's play this clip. Let me maximize it.
Folks, it is happening. They want to lock you in this country. A new bill introduced this week would give Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, the ability to revoke and deny passports to U.S. citizens. And for what? For what you think and for what you say. Introduced by the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Republican Brian Mast from Florida. Of course, they couch it as this is for terrorists and for traffickers, but we know that's not true because this is the exact same line of logic that they use to strip students and to arrest green card holders. So all of the pro-Palestine protesters at Columbia, across these other universities, where they stripped their student visas, where they arrested people like Khalil Mahmoud just for exercising their First Amendment speech for protesting the genocide. Now they want to do that same thing without due process to U.S. citizens. They want to strip your passport or to deny your passport application for things that you have said. And what they're going to do is they're going to say that you have provided material support to terrorism based on the things that you have said. But the difference is they would have to prove that in a court of law if they were to charge you under terrorism laws. Under this bill, they just accuse you. They accuse you of being.
So check this part out right here. So Kia Hamadanche, a senior policy counsel at the American Civil Liberties Union, said that language would accomplish little in practice since terror convictions come with a stiff prison sentence and pretrial defendants are typically denied bail. The other section sidesteps the legal process entirely. Rather, the Secretary of State will be able to deny passports to people whom they determine has knowingly aided, assisted, abetted, or otherwise provided material support to an organization the Secretary has designated as a foreign terrorist organization. The reference to a material support disturbed advocates who have long warned that the government can misuse statutes criminalizing material support for terrorists, first passed after the 1996 Oklahoma City federal building bombing and toughened after the 9/11 attacks to punish speech. So just like this man said, just for you saying a word or saying your opinion, to make it plain, they're gonna come after you. This is what's gonna happen to the men of the Lord. They're gonna come after us, man. All right, for speaking this truth. Let's continue on.
Being a terrorist, of providing material support. They never have to prove anything. Then they just take away your passport. Because if you're actually a terrorist, they don't need to do this. They just charge you under the terrorism laws. You go to prison. Remember, my global entry was revoked in March, 2 weeks after I started speaking out against the regime. There's no due process there. And they want to do the same thing to just take away your ability to leave this country without any due process. They make an accusation, boom, no passport, you can't travel anymore. This is another canary in the coal mine. This is telling you get out now because they are locking down the borders. And if you can afford it, subscribe to my Substack. That allows me to show I have steady income, which will allow me to gain residency and eventually citizenship. Because on this trajectory, at some point, they're going to take away my passport. They're going to denaturalize me. It's only a matter of time. So I need to prepare myself for when those things.
See? So it's going all across, man. And like everybody.
Or passport. Or
real quick, there was a part here. Let me see if I can find it.
Yes. So all of the
Slovakia,
bro. This is the same.
Let me mute this real quick. I swear there was a part here that I wanted to. Yeah, right here. So check this. In March, Secretary of State Marco Rubio stripped Turkish doctoral student Rumeysa Ozturks of her visa based on what a court later found was nothing more than her opinion piece critical of Israel. So you see? So as soon as you speak up against them small hats, all right, all those those protests, so on and so forth, they already have their face. They already have their information based on like videos they put out, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and they're gonna come after. They're gonna like this man is talking about right here, revoking your passport. And the men of the Lord, they already got information on all of us. All right, we already know this, man. We already know they're watching us. They're dotting our videos. They know our family, so on and so forth, man. All right, we understand that this is the persecution that they're going to eventually come down on us, man, for speaking the truth. And YAHAWASHI is going to be with us, man. All right. through the Spirit, man. We understand that this is the part of the final a part of the final test, Salakia. All right, because it's happening to just these regular citizens, these regular Babylonians, and it's going to come to us even harder. So let me exit this right quick. All right, let's get a couple of scriptures, and then we'll close out, brothers and sisters. Let's go here first. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And this is just another form of that. All right, they're writing their grievances because they're hurt, they're scared. These devils know they have a short time, and they want to prolong their kingdom as much as they can possible to set up their beast system and to initiate that chip, man. And they want to silence anybody that speaks up against them, man. Because they know they're not the people. But they know they have to keep that power in their hand and keep that lie going, which the lie it's over, man. Too many people, the truth has gone out so much that now they're just going to start attacking and using the only blessing that they have, which is the sword. But first doing away with what has been their downfall from the get-go, which is the internet. Which they're not going to do away with it wholeheartedly, but they're just gonna do a clean sweep, get rid of everything, and then like I stated before, to reboot the system in their eyes with their decrees, rewriting history, so on and so forth. Now, that's what Esau is doing right now as we speak. All right, let's get another one. It's Isaiah chapter 29. Yeah. Isaiah 29 and verse 21. Well, we'll begin at verse 20. Well, verse 19. Salakia. Isaiah 29 and 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. All right. And that's the elect. Verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, which is Esau. Verse 21, here's the point: that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. And that's what these devils are doing right now. They're making us an offender for us speaking this word. They're laying their traps, they're laying their snares right now. And eventually they're just gonna of course, we know some brothers are gonna get beheaded, Revelation chapter 20, for this truth, man. And that's just a lot. And I pray, if I have to take that, I pray Abaratazah, Yahweh BaHashem Yahushua places the spirit on me to endure that, man. But they're not going to be able to touch the elect as a whole. But they're going to come with all their snares and with all their traps, just like this devil is, that serpent, to try to get us just for speaking the words of Yahweh BaHashem Yahushua, speaking truth and righteousness. And we know that's why we're here. He did, like, this devil doesn't have much time, man. Habakkuk chapter 1, beginning at verse 3. Why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise Salakia, and there are that raise up strife and contention. That's what these devils are doing right now. They're raising up the strife and contention, stirring the pot. All right, but it's all biblical prophecy. It's getting things moving through the spirit. Verse 4, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. And that's exactly what's happening right now, man. The wicked are compassing us, but Yahweh BaHashem Yahushua is gonna take care of us. He's gonna deliver us from these devils, man. All right, only the elect. I pray Abaratazah to be a part of that. And wrong judgment is proceeding. All right, the right, when the scriptures all like say it, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. The wicked being in rulership, so therefore wrong judgment is proceeding, and wickedness is going forth. There's no righteousness in their arms, man, and they're forgers of lies, man. Everything they do is lies, and their lies are being debunked, and they're hurt. This is why they're doing what they're doing right now, to hold on to their power. But Yahweh BaHashem Yahushua is about to pull the rug from underneath you, you devils. It's over. And so, Lord willing, I pray this was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh BaHashem Yahushai. I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh BaHashem Yahushai BaHashem, RAWCHAA, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect.